Hi, everybody. My name is Diane Paragas. I am a writer and director who's best known for my films Brooklyn Boheme and more recently Yellow Rose, which was my feature film debut, and I'm proud to say was the first Filipino film ever to be released by a major Hollywood studio for theatrical distribution late last year. My work is, I'm interested in working across narrative and documentary to blur the lines between fiction and reality, telling the stories of underrepresented communities with a particular focus on Asian and Asian American stories. My project I want to talk to you about today is The 3 Lives of David Wong. It's an experimental hybrid documentary which mixes live action puppetry with verité to tell the true story of David Wong, an undocumented Chinese restaurant worker who was wrongfully accused of murder and spent over the next 20 years of his life trying to exonerate himself. After filming a long interview with my friend Jacob Marmenin, who was part of the legal team who successfully exonerated David, I knew I wanted to tell David's story in an unconventional way. My feeling was that David was convicted in a large part because he was undocumented. He didn't speak English and had no friends or family. So he was seen as a sort of non-human, a puppet, if you will. The film will be told in 3 parts or lives, his first life being his early years in China and Hong Kong, where we'll use traditional shadow puppetry. The second life will cover his years in the US, including his conviction and his years in prison and his fight for justice. This will be told with hand puppets and marionettes using both real locations through forced perspective and original created sets. I now want to share a short clip of the film from this section.
Convicted of armed robbery, he became New York State inmate number 84A 5320, sentenced to 8 years and sent off to Dannemora, a maximum security prison in upstate New York.
While he was in prison in 1986, one inmate stabbed another in the prison yard, and a guard up in the tower 100 yards away said David Wong committed the crime. They send Wong quickly to the hole. The hole, also called solitary confinement, is a special part of the prison. It's a prison within a prison where the inmates who are charged with wrongdoing while in the prison or maybe are considered dangerous to themselves or others are sent. And Wong is sitting there in the hole and he's realizing that he's been charged with murder and that he was supposed to be in this prison for 8 1/3 to 25 years, but this might mean that he may never get out. And while he's thinking this, and this is just shortly after he was charged with murder, he has what must have been some kind of existential crisis, seeing the vanishing of his future life.
The final act of the film will take place in present day, and it will be the first time we see David as a real-life human being. So the big finale isn't whether he really did it or not, which is part of the story, but rather we get to see him as a full-fledged human being, reflecting on how this process took a toll on his life. Here is a short clip from the 3rd life.
Come back in Hong Kong is like 2005. Only been in the prison for 22 years already, so you know, from a kid to the old man already. So this night continue, you know. It's life from one stage to go to another.
To date, we've received support from the Center for Asian American Media, the Sundance Institute, the Bertha Foundation, and many more. Right now, we're looking for an additional $50,000 in equity to create puppets, create the sets, and for post-production. We're also looking for strategic partners that have experience with puppetry, set design, as well as post-production partners. We're also interested in the possibility of releasing the film as a NFT and would welcome any partners to help explain it, first of all, and to advise on it. With your help and with Creative Capital's support, we will resume production this fall with a hope to enter film festivals in the summer and fall of 2022. Congratulations to all the amazing participants. I have been crying and amazed at all your work, and I'm so proud to be part of this incredible group of artists. Thank you for your time.